Welcome to the Keep On Living Moment blog. I'm your host, Karen, and I am so excited to share some of the nuggets of knowledge that I've gained over the years. So, why should you subscribe to me? Well, because this is an honest blog. We're going to have fun. We're going to have video reviews. We're going to talk about opinions about things and criticism and positive and negative ways of handling things, as well as taking our lives to the next level and we can all grow together. So, as we open up today's first blog, who am I to give you my opinion? Well, I am a person that has many friends from all different walks of life. I've had the opportunity to travel extensively. I've met people all from all over the world, and I've also had an opportunity to really learn myself in that process. I also come from a large family with parents who taught me a lot about listening and talking, as well as my education. I'm not dispensing any advice so you can run out and claim Karen told me to do it, but I think it's pretty much common sense. A lot of the stuff that I'm saying, and you may or may not have heard it before, but I just wanted to give you an opportunity to hear what I have to say about our topic today, which is insecurity. When we talk about insecurity, no one wants to admit that they may have it. No one wants to say, maybe, okay, I'm a little insecure. It's a hard nugget to swallow, but we're going to be transparent for the sake of this blog. So, for instance, insecurity can strike us at any time. It can begin as children when we are stepping out and trying something different and we've been criticized and we kind of get stuck there. But I'm assuming the people who are listening to this, regardless of age, are looking to move their life in a positive direction. So there are going to be three nuggets that I'm going to give you today that are pertaining to how to be less insecure. Because I think totally eradicating it, yeah, it sounds very novel, but there's going to be times in your life when you may have some insecure moments, and we just want to be able to put those in a box and not have them control you. The fear of trying something new or doing something different. So those three nuggets for today's lesson are move away from the light of perfection. So we always think of a light as something that blinds us, but the light of perfection is what we project on ourselves. For example, we'll say to ourselves, there's nothing wrong with me, it's them. Or I look fine, it's them, they're hating on me, or whatever it may be. But sometimes move away from your own self because sometimes you can fool yourself and you have to just stop looking at yourself as someone who is perfect or you have arrived. Because even the most successful business person and all the way down to a person who's homeless on the street, they all have different areas of improvement, and that's what we have to look at it as. The second nugget is to stop lying to yourself. If you think that being a certain way and it's not uniting people and it's actually isolating people on a grand scale, I'm not talking about just telling them the truth. I'm talking about either you're a compulsive liar or you're a sex addict or you're somebody who steals. I'm talking about extremes, but I'm also talking about little stuff. People who don't confront people when there's issues or problems and they run from them and they may mask them in other ways like trying to drink it away. You'll never get to the bottom of the bottle or trying to get high or doing things that are destructive, like eating the problem away. Stop lying to yourself. It's not going anywhere. You're already blinded by the light because you're thinking you're not the problem and you're already lying to yourself. So let's act like it's a band aid. All you have to do is just rip it off. Rip it off and tell yourself, no way, I am not going to continue to lie to myself. So whatever the problem is, there's got to be a starting point. So the first thing you're going to do is not be blinded by the light. The second thing you're not going to do is to lie to yourself anymore. Make a commitment to yourself. You may be somebody who is a caregiver or somebody who is independent, maybe living on your own, and you're not accustomed to anybody disagreeing with you. Sometimes you have to disagree with yourself in order to move forward. The third nugget is project who you are. Project who you want to be. So then you become that person. So speak positivity. For example, if you have a problem with lying, and you're telling yourself all the time that it's not a big deal. It's a little white lie here, a little white lie there. They start adding up. And then you have to remember those lies and tell new lies. And for example, like, hey, it's just a piece of cheesecake today. And I had brownie with my lunch. And then for breakfast, I had a smoothie full of sugar. And I'm going to lose weight tomorrow. Stop lying to yourself. Make the commitment to yourself to change yourself. Because when you change yourself and when you control yourself, you can control your environment and you're more in control of your environment. So, for example, if your goal is to say, okay, I'm insecure about my weight, that's a very common issue. A lot of people are. It's not a big deal. Um, you don't have to start with, I'm going to work out 5 days a week. I'm going to stop eating um, cake. You know, small steps. What you're doing is, in order for you to eradicate the problems you have with insecurity, you have to get to the core of it. Why are you overeating? Why are you lying? Is it a defense mechanism? Why are these things occurring with you? So you need to pause and ask yourself, what is it that I need to do differently in order to get different results? You know it's insanity if you continue to do the same things and expect different results. For example, you're eating cheesecake for lunch, you're eating cheesecake for dinner, you're eating cheesecake uh, for breakfast, anytime that you want to, but yet you're not telling yourself, you know what, I need to do a little bit better because my commitment is that I'm going to lose, let's say, 15 pounds in the next 6 months. And that's not a huge goal, but if you want to lose it, you can't eat cheesecake 4 times a day. If you're lying and you want to get better, closer to your relationship with your children or your spouse, you have got to stop telling lies in order so that you can build those bridges of trust. So how does this all relate to those three nuggets that I gave you? Well, insecurity, sometimes we project it and we hide it. Insecurity begins on the inside. Insecure. That means that you are not secure with who you are, therefore you are projecting something to someone else. So for example, you may find fault in your children. You may find fault in your spouse. You may find fault with your boss or your coworkers because you have not dealt with the core issues that are causing all of these problems of negative energy that are around you. So just pause for a moment. Think about the areas that you need to be improving. And in our next video, we'll talk about how you can take small steps to make a big change in your life. I hope you enjoyed this Keep On Living moment live from the Diva Lounge. And I look forward to uh, providing more videos soon. Thank you very much for your time. And please subscribe and tell your friends to subscribe. Thank you.